For now, let's check in with meteorologist Nick Johnson for a look at your storm tracker forecast and to follow these severe storms. Nick.
Thank you, Rachel. This picture kind of says it all. Take a look behind me. Can we take that full screen? This is what we're talking about. Look at that water slamming the side of the house there. Now, we've had unconfirmed reports that there's been walls collapsing. You can see how deep the water is there and how potentially life-threatening that would be. This is coming out of Hoosick Falls. This picture sent to us from Pamela. And we really appreciate this picture, Pamela. Please, anybody who can send us photos, we'd love you to do so, but only if you can do so safely. It is not worth risking life or limb, not to take a photo or a video, and not to try to rescue a piece of property, even a car. Don't try to move any vehicles tonight. It's not worth it. You can pick up the pieces tomorrow morning. If you're in a safe spot tonight, stay safe. And please follow any advice given to you by emergency workers. They're there to help. So let me do a quick rundown now of what we know is going on. Flooding emergency has been declared. State of emergency for the city of Hoosick Falls due to flash flooding. Not severe weather. They managed to avoid any damaging winds, no tornadoes, but just the torrential rains that kept hammering the same areas have resulted in this flash flooding. We know numerous roads are closed, evacuations are underway. We have unconfirmed reports of injuries. We're going to try to find out more on that as the show unfolds. We know there is an emergency shelter being set up at the Hoosick Falls High School. But again, if you're in a safe place, don't move. Flash flood warning, and you can see where it is. Brunswick, Pittstown, Grafton, Petersburg, Hoosick Falls especially, but also over into Bennington County, Vermont, where I've had a few people mention to me on Facebook. They're also dealing with some significant flooding problems in Bennington, Vermont as well. Now, I don't want to leave them out. So again, if you're in that area also, be careful. Now here's some good news. It's that the heavy rains that were hammering those same areas for hours, they've finally started shifting off to the south and east. And that should be it for the heavy downpours. There may still be a few showers, but the heavy rain is expected to taper off. And that is necessary at this point. Taking a closer look now, you can see it has stopped raining in Hoosick Falls. Still a sprinkle there in Petersburg, but really the heavy stuff has moved elsewhere. It is still raining pretty heavily near North Nassau there, Nassau, just east of Nassau actually, New Lebanon, and into parts of the Berkshires. But the heaviest rain, that's going to be getting put in the rearview mirror. Accumulation from our radar estimate of nearly 4 inches. And that's what resulted in this flash flood emergency. There's just nowhere for that water to go. So thankfully the water is stopping, the rain wrapping up. But again, that does not mean that Hoosick Falls is in the clear. Still dealing with some major flash flooding as we speak right now. After tonight, though, tomorrow and Monday, we will get a chance to dry out. There is still a slight chance for a couple of quick showers or a weak storm, but nothing like what we've just gotten through. That is definitely good news. I'll have more on what's happening right now and track the latest on the radar. That's coming up in just a few minutes. Rachel?
All right, thank you so much, Nick.